So I was sitting with my friends on the stairs of a fountain at the center of my favorite square in Rome, where I used to gather with my friends to have a few laughs and drinks, when all of a sudden I heard this loud burp behind me, and I turned and I asked, who's that? And that's one loud burp. And actually the person who had done that was a girl, an American girl, who herself asked me, "Are you American?" And I told her that I was Italian. And that was really surprising, and we started chatting, and I actually got to know one of my best friends. We're sitting next to her, that is Garrett, and this is one of the surprising and unexpected ways in which languages can actually change and revolutionize your life. Imagine a prism. When light hits that prism, you will see its basic components. You are that light, and languages are like that prism, which help you show and broaden literally the facets of your personality. Think about it for a second. When you speak a foreign language, your facial features, the thoughts that you think, your actions, your reactions are all slightly different than when you speak your mother tongue. And we only have one life. It's true, but it's also true that the more languages you speak, the more lives we can live within one lifespan. Learning a language is a little bit like running a marathon. You learn a lot of valuable life lessons by doing that. For example, you learn the importance of being humble, the importance of knowing yourself, knowing when to speed up and when to slow down, the importance of trial and error, daily routine, regularity, habits, belief in yourself. And I have learned these life lessons through language, and I've carried them over into other fields and domains of life. For example, I have learned how to become more productive, how to develop good sleeping and eating habits. So it has brought about a change in my life overall. Traveling is in and of itself an amazing experience. It doesn't matter where you go, and it doesn't matter how many languages you speak. But if you speak the local language, or you speak many languages, it completely changes your experience. Back in the days when I used to live in Paris, I used to carry out this social experiment. I used to walk into bars speaking English and asking things around, and the reaction was obviously very cold. But then within the same day, I used to go to other bars and speak in French, and the reaction was completely different, which goes to show that human beings all across the globe have the same desires, the same actions, the same thoughts, the same reactions, and only apparently we are different through the barrier of language. Every language that you learn is like a key that unlocks a new pathway to human experience. When you go to the gym and you see all these big guys, you realize that the reason why their muscles are so big is because they work out. Differently from the muscles, actually, we cannot see the brain itself, but the brain works in exactly the same way. If you make your brain work, your brain will become smoother, leaner, and more efficient. And through language learning, that can happen very fast. Language learning has amazing benefits in terms of learning other languages. For example, when I started learning Dutch after learning German, or learning Portuguese after learning Spanish, I was astounded at the rate at which I was acquiring these languages, which is natural because these languages were similar to the languages I already knew. But in general, the more languages you learn, the more cognitive benefits you reap. For example, I am more socially and culturally aware, I am a better imitator, I'm a better listener, I think I'm a more empathic person and a more caring person.